All right, so let's talk about the Spurs. They won 113, 114, 97 or something like that. They won by like 10, whatever it was. And what you seen last night is what, people been saying about the Pistons. And I was having a conversation with my boy at the gym this morning, and we've been saying the same thing. They needed another scorer, somebody else to get their shot. And this is why you heard Gregory Krauser say, well, the Pistons, if they come back, and I think it was the fourth quarter, it's going to be in transition. And this is what I be trying to kind of tell y'all about basketball, about sport, about life, but just about sports in general. Y'all looking at the now, but a lot of times you got to look at yesterday and you got to look at, the future. And the Pistons need another scorer. That's why I kept telling y'all that. And the reason I was pushing for them to get another scorer respectfully was from the standpoint of you had a number of guys that you could have added and not really lost much. That's the crazy thing about it. You had a number of guys you could have added and not lost much. So, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum went for nothing. Some of these other guys, some people feel like you should have anteed up and got Trey Murphy. And, they just banking on the time at the fact that they got time. Or let them develop, we got time, and not banking on the window. And I ain't mad at it. Don't bank on the window. But that's just the history of Detroit teams. Other than the Red Wings under the Ilitch, the original father, they don't go for it, bro. They don't go for it. When the opportunity is there, even if it's a move that doesn't, you got an owner that's willing to pay the money, even if it's a move that's deadly, that's not deadly, but it's deadly for the rest of the league, they won't make it. They got the resources, they got the picks, they got the people to make it happen. And there's a lot of guys they could have went and sell. They could have, a lot of guys they could have put into this team, and it's going to be the same issue. The question this year is, who's going to be your Dennis Schroeder? Who's going to be the next guy that can get you a bucket? Tobias is good for one game, but other than that, Karis LeVert, they going to ride and die on that hill. And what's so funny about the situation is this: Nickeil Alexander-Walker, that he could have been that piece. But also I feel like you still need that piece. Even if Karis LeVert played up to snuff, up to the, you still missing a piece. Yeah, you get a burner off the bench that can get, but you need somebody in that lineup that can get a bucket. Jalen Duren is good as a third option scorer. You just need that number one scorer or that 1B scorer. It ain't number two scorer. You literally need a number one alpha scorer so Cade can really fall back into really, really likes to do. But at the end of the day, they gonna die on that hill. They gonna die on that hill with Cade Cunningham. And last night showed them. And Vassell had a great night last night. They did well on everybody else. And Vassell, they said they didn't have a 20-point game since December. Vassell stepped up. They kept everybody else in check. Wemby didn't do shit to the end of the game off it. So it's not discouraging, and you get Isaiah Stewart back, but at the end of the day, you seen where the issue was at. Respectfully, you seen where the issue was at. You seen where the issue was at. That's what I've been saying. But y'all, you tripping? They all right. They'll be cool. And then now, either you find somebody off the street, or you self fix it. And the only way they can self fix it, to keep it real with you, is playing Sasser. It's playing Sasser. Now, this is gloom day. Cade had about 5 fouls, and they was being physical and setting the tone. You got to set the tone. How they beat up Wemby, he ain't built to take that ass whooping. So who you see now, whether it's, SGA ain't playing. So, but who you see now is not who you're going to see in April, late April, May, or if you lucky enough to see June, that's not who you're going to see. Especially with the quality of athletes today being fragile and frail, it's not who you're going to see. Respectfully, that's not who you're going to see. This is why when you see Luka and Jalen Brunson and those guys late in the season, they not fresh. But the reason why you see a guy like SGA fresh is just not because of his Jamaican genes. The one thing about the Thunder, he can take breaks. That's the thing, he can take breaks because that Wiggin kid to come in and shoot a door to defend and do the hard job. Williams can pick up the load. Shaq can do what he need to do. He can take breaks. But when you took it at the Knicks and then the Pistons, Cade Cunningham can take breaks. Respectfully, he can take breaks. Everybody else did what they were supposed to do last night. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He got 5 fouls. He didn't do what he was supposed to do last night. And had he not did what he was supposed to do like he did last night, if that make any sense. The funny thing about it is if Vassell didn't shoot the ball, and that was the point, let somebody else beat. Don't let Fox beat you. Don't let Wemby beat you. Let somebody else beat you. And had Vassell not shot the ball in the way he shot the ball, the Pistons win the game last night. Pretty easy and pretty comfortably. Pretty easily and pretty comfortably. This is just the ignorant drop goal, man. You such in a rush, bro. And they be in fucking pickup truck speeding like that. And then when they hit somebody or they spin out, they want to be looking stupid. Be killing me, dog. Like when you drive in the suburbs, bro, they the worst drivers. It's not the people in the city. Only reason the people in the city drive bad, to be honest, is because these suburban pricks come out there driving like entitled idiots. But that's my road rage for the day. But then now, I'm gonna double up this video. What may say Harlem World double up. But the real thing now is Cade had a bad game. You seen it when he played the Bulls in the blowout. Well, I told you he wasn't the MVP. He's the least efficient guy. I don't give a fuck about efficiency. When they start letting nerds and fucking people who never shot a jump shot, can't do a layup, and can't do nothing athletic, get a microphone, I don't care nothing about efficiency. I don't care nothing about efficiency. Do you get the job done or not? When the plus minus and nerds and analytics and PFF start coming into basketball, I don't care. Do you win or don't you win? Because it's always talking about efficiency on a point of offensive. They never talk about defensive efficiency and nothing. I don't be trying to hear that PPR or plus minus. Man, suck my Johnson. This is what happened when you allow people into spaces they shouldn't be in. Nerds shouldn't be in these spaces. They shouldn't be in these spaces, dog. If you can't shoot a layup, you never played on the team, you never ran a mile, you never jumped a rope, you never threw a hook, you never been in a street fight, you never did a squat, never hit a thought from the back. I'm joking, probably haven't. But you shouldn't even be in this space, bro. That's what I don't understand. The internet has allowed a lot of people to be in a space they shouldn't be in. Well, I think that this, shut up. Nobody care what you think, dog. Now the athletic bone in your goddamn body. Well, if his efficiency, Michael Jordan say F your efficiency. Kobe say F your efficiency. Every stat mattered to them except for win or losing. The only thing that mattered if you lose, he got exposed, and this is like, get out of here, man. Y'all see what they did to Cleveland the other day? Dude clearly goaltending on Schroeder. They gave the game to OKC. It's crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. But yeah, Cade, I told you, one bad game. But where was these niggas talking about when the Lakers just lost to the Celtics? Where was they at when the Oklahoma City Thunder was getting fucking shellacked? Was getting shellacked by the Spurs. On Christmas, they got gang banged. They got Trae Young on. Where was these niggas at, man? I'm just keeping it real. One bad game don't mean nothing. You're going to have bad games. In an 82-game season, you're going to have bad games. That's just what it is. That's just the fact of the nature. So, in playoffs, one thing about the Thunder, they proven that SGA can go the distance. I'm so tired of this pickup truck, dog. Just go, bro. You in such a rush, bro, and I'm still in front of you. How are you rushing and I'm still defeating you? And I'm just doing regular speed limit. Just let you know people can't drive. Cade is, I told you he wasn't that, just hating. I just hate what the sports have become. A bunch of people that would be playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that be in math leagues, that would be in a chess club. All of a sudden now, it just feel like the internet opened the door. They opened the door for people that shouldn't be in spaces to be in spaces. I don't think a lot of these dudes deserve to be even. That's what messed up the fan. That's what messed up basketball. A lot of the fans, you be debating about Kobe or Tracy McGrady with the guys today. They never seen these dudes play live. Niggas be 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, be trying to argue and don't know nothing, bro. That's one thing I like about that round table debate they do, where they got the one person debating like 20 Republicans or debating 20 liberals or Democrats. I love that because it exposes the real in-person lack of knowledge that people have. People don't be knowing what they be talking about. They be loud and wrong, proud, loud and wrong. So what's the one-off? It is what it is. You're gonna miss end of the game shots. It's a process. Winning is a process. Nobody goes from zero to hero. The Thunder went through a process. The three-peat Lakers went through a process. The Bulls went through the process. That's when you hear these nerds who don't know nothing about basketball. Well, the Chicago, they lost to the Celtics and Michael got swept. I'm like, no shit. Once again, no shit. It's a process. And that team, that Celtic team that swept Michael, that's considered the greatest basketball, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball team of all time. I think it was the '84 Celtics. That's his rookie year, I think. That's one of or the second year, excuse me. That's considered, whatever one is, that's considered one of the greatest teams ever. McHale, Parrish, Bird, Dennis Johnson, Luke Walton, I think was at the end of the bench. You know what I'm saying? He was old. He wasn't old, but he was fucked up at that point with his knee and stuff. But like I said, we having conversations with people who don't know the history, who don't know the game. This is why you think, oh, the mid-range shot is a bad shot. You know nothing about basketball. Nothing about basketball. You hear somebody say something like that, oh, plus minus in the mid-range is terrible. Like, get out of my face. I'm not debating you. I'm not having the conversation. It's the same thing. But I said, I'm not having the conversation with a dude with a purse on. Take the purse off and we can have a conversation. Flat out. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.